grocery store shopping tips to get right. Basketball season's right around the corner, so we need to be doing everything we can.
Want to make sure you take a picture.
No, we're taking a video. We're doing everything we can to make sure you're getting an edge and ready for the season. So we're here at Fresh Thyme in Bloomington. This is one of my favorite stores. So one of the first things we'll do is to be smart athletes and smart shoppers. We want to see the deals, right? So want to save a little money, always grab this. Look at this right off the bat. We got 85% natural lean ground beef, $2.79. So personally, I prefer the grass-fed beef, but this is about half the price, maybe more than half. So we'll probably go with that. It's still going to be high quality. Looking down through here, see what catches my eye. We got whole chicken, 79 cents a pound, pretty good deal. Not a fan of tilapia. That's a very farmed fish. It's not a very clean protein. Yeah, we look through here. Let's see as far as meat. Looks like those will be our best bets. On the back here, we got natural rump roast, $3.99 a pound. That'll be good. It's a little hard to cook that, but yeah, with our ground beef, we're gonna be set. And pork tenderloin, we're gonna grab some of those too. Also, we got, if you look here, 20% off all frozen food. So that'll be great for our vegetables and some other meats too. All right, so we're over here at the deli. All we're getting is cheese here. We want minimal ingredients in the cheese, right? You don't want anything with a lot of junk in it. You look here at the cheese. Jason's here with me shopping. He's helping me film. He got some pepper jack. All there is just what's in it. Monterey Jack cheese, jalapeno pepper, spices, salt. I mean, it's pretty simple. We keep it minimal ingredients. Now, if you go down here to the lunch meat, I try to stay away from the processed meat. We kind of want some whole foods. I think we're gonna get some chicken breasts and some steak and maybe some beef and other things. So we're gonna skip the lunch meat, but he's gonna use the cheese on some of his sandwiches he's gonna take to lunch for school. So this will be make it taste really good, and it'll be nice and nutritious too. So, all right, so we're getting some meat. This is where you want to spend all your time and most of your money at the grocery store. So we're gonna take a pound of Applewood bacon, please. So we're gonna have eggs and bacon for breakfast almost every day. Probably some kind of vegetable too. But good bacon, it's about $5-6 a pound where we are, so it's worth getting a pound every week to have with your eggs for breakfast. We got some bacon here, and then as you remember, we got the ground beef. The ground beef's on sale, so we're gonna get a few pounds of that too. So we're getting some pork chops too. These are on sale, $2.99 a pound. That's a pretty good price. They only had 2 left though of these. We got our ground beef, we got some bacon, we got 2 pounds of ground beef. Like I said, this is the money station, the meat and the seafood. I think that's good. Thank you. So this is like the exotic meat section here at Fresh Thyme. This is where the good stuff is, but if you're on a budget, it's not gonna be the most cost-effective way to get your protein, but it is the best. So we got some organic grass-fed beef, ground beef, really high quality stuff here. $7.99 a pound, a little more pricey, and it's even on sale. Then we got this is the good stuff right here, grass-fed ribeye. That's awesome. That's one of your best meals, but not cheap, right? It's $15.99 normally. The process, the super stimulating corn dogs, mini corn dogs. So this is kind of trash. Let's look at the ingredients here. What we got? So we got batter. That's a bad sign already. We got batter, flour, breading, and look at all those ingredients. We want like one ingredient: meat, animal. That's all we want. maybe seasoning and flavoring. That's okay sometimes if it's the right stuff, but we definitely don't want all that stuff. If you look here, let's find ground lamb. Ingredients: natural lamb. That's all we want. We don't need the other stuff, okay? That's gonna slow you down, and you're not gonna feel as great. You're not gonna perform as well. Beef from the deli case, or from the meat counter. Now we're gonna look at some other stuff. They have this here, this rump roast. That's a really good price, $3.99 a pound. You can see it's like 14 bucks, but if you cook this in a slow cooker with some vegetables, this will last you a few days. I mean, there's a lot of good meat in here. We're not gonna get that because Jace has got some other stuff he's gonna do, but that's a very good way to make some meals for a few days, and they're really good. They even get better after a couple nights in the fridge. So that's a good buy. Steak is always good if you want to cook some steaks on the grill or in a pan. That's a really good choice. But Here we got ground bison. This is really good. I'm actually gonna get some of this to take home, but pretty good price, $5 a pound. So I'm gonna grab a couple pounds of this for myself. So one of the things for athletes is a good idea to bring your lunch. You know, you can't rely on school lunch. You're getting a bunch of this stuff like the mini corn dogs, and it's not very good for you. So Jason's gonna bring boneless, skinless chicken breasts. These aren't on sale, but it's still a pretty good price. But you see, we want to make sure there's 5 in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're pretty big and thick. All natural, so you don't have any added hormones or anything. So you always want to look for that. You don't want to be taking any antibiotics or any other junk. That farm, some of the, to make the product cheaper, they'll pump the animals full of antibiotics and steroids and other stuff. And it's bad news. But so we got 5, so he's got 1 for every school day. So this will be his lunch. Ready? Okay. So now we're over in the produce section. So this is another place where you want to really pay attention to what you're getting. You can save some money and get really good food for, save a little money. So you always want to go organic first. But there's some foods that it doesn't really matter so much if they're organic. Avocados are one of those. You see, they have a nice thick skin, so the pesticides that the farmers use are not going to get on the fruit. Whereas this tomato, it's going to be one of the highest pesticide foods. So you want to go organic with that. Bananas, you don't have to go organic. Avocados, you don't have to go organic. There's a few others that we'll get to. But avocados are great. You want to always buy some of these. Every day, if you could eat 1 avocado, you're going to be giving your body the precursors it needs to make growth hormone, to make testosterone, some of the really good stuff. We need those good, healthy fats. And avocados are a good, tasty way to do it, and they're really convenient. You could just pack it, bring a knife to school and cut it through, and then eat it with a spoon. They're pretty tasty. Put them on your sandwich is also really good. So we're going to grab a few avocados here. Pay attention to the color and how thick they are. The ones that are really green are going to last. You want to get a few of these if they have options, so these will be good for the end of the week, because it's easy to get carried away and sometimes it'll go bad on you quickly. Then you want a few ones that are not mushy but a little bit softer for the beginning of the week. So let's see, here's a hard one. Medium. Okay, so he's got 5 here. This will get him through the week. Then coming on around, we got, let's see. So we're thinking about breakfast and a sandwich. So we want some vegetables for breakfast. A good, easy way to get some vegetables for breakfast is to saute them up, maybe put them in your scrambled eggs. These are really good. We want to go organic on these. These little tomatoes are a really good choice. Let's see. Coming around here, we got some squash. Very good and nutritious, but a little bit harder to eat. Are you gonna be making your own dinners, Jace?
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna get a couple of these in. You're gonna love this. This will be good with your ground beef. This is spaghetti squash, and I'll show you a great way to cook this. You just put this thing in the microwave. Obviously if you can roast it in the oven, if you have time, that's better than cooking with radiation in the microwave. But if you're in a pinch, you put this thing in the microwave for like 20 minutes, and it's like spaghetti on the inside. And it's a great way to get some good nutrition, and it's something that feels familiar. You make a meat sauce with pasta, and he's gonna use the ground beef, and it's not gonna be as inflammatory and heavy and slow you down, make you feel as sluggish as a spaghetti would, as a pasta would. We'll get 2 of these. It's probably 2 meals. Okay. 1 of these is all you'll need. Okay. All right. So we're over here in the produce still. We had to find the organic tomatoes. So as I mentioned earlier, if you Google, it's a clean 15 and the dirty dozen. It's ewg.org is the website. But if you look at that, you'll see all the foods that have more pesticides and are a little dirtier. And then here we've got, so like some of them matter if you buy organic, some not so much. Tomatoes are one of those. So we found the organic tomatoes. We're just gonna get him probably 1 big one and 1 small one. This will go on his lunch sandwiches, and even in the morning if he wants to put it in his eggs, it's a good thing to chop up. So we got some of these, and then the peppers are also going to be something you want to buy organic. So you think a green and a red, you be all right with that?
Yep.
Let's get a green. We always want different colors. You want to think eating like it sounds kind of corny, but eating like a rainbow of produce. So we got green and red here, looking good. Now we're over here. For an athlete, we want some good carbs. We don't want to get our carbs from junk, from sugar, from processed stuff in a package. We we want to get carbs from, you know, sweet potatoes are awesome. And easy way, you can cook these in the microwave too. Again, it's better if you bake them, but you can't cook them in the microwave. You just put them in, I think it's 5 minutes. I haven't done it in a while, so don't quote me on that, but just cook one of these, wrap it up in paper towel and poke some holes with a fork. But it's better to bake them. You know, you bake them, I think it takes a little longer, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. But cooking some of these up at the beginning of the week is a great way to prepare and have stuff ready. So we'll get a bunch of the kale. Let's get a bag for this, it's kind of wet. Bag this up, scope out what we got next. So, we got some kale for him. These are great. Kale's great in salad. Pull the stems off. You can see they got these big kind of stems there. You want to pull it off that, and you kind of like mash it up with your fingers. It makes it taste a little better.
Okay.
So again, your leafy greens, you're going to want to go organic if you can afford it. If not, the other stuff just makes you really, really wash it. It doesn't wash it all off, but it's still better than nothing. You still want to wash the organic and rinse it, but organic just means it was grown, for the most part, the way it's supposed to be. We don't use a lot of the pesticides and the other crap that's probably not good for us. But these will be great on the sandwiches. You just want to, for taste purposes, you want to kind of cut it right there and just make sure you get the leaves. So we'll grab, this will be good to put in with your saute we're gonna do,
Okay.
which I'll show you how to do. So we'll grab you one of these. I think you really like it. Here we go to Hoo Hot, the restaurant. They have bok choy there. I always load up on them. So celery is a great snack and it's great for your lunch. If you want to do some nut butter, almond butter, some natural peanut butter, that would be really good. You want to go organic with this one though. This is not the organic. The Jace luckily has some at home already, so he's good on celery, but it's a great snack. Carrots, same thing. Carrots aren't as important if you go organic, but probably want to, but you don't have to. Carrots are great. Pack in your lunch. You stick a few in there and eat them with your sandwich or whatever else you bring. But yeah, so there's some good like side options or snacks, if you will, to have throughout the day. So apples are good food if you think you need a snack throughout the day. Apples with, again, just like the celery, with the almond butter or a natural peanut butter are really good. Cashew butter is awesome too, and we'll get to that. But while we're in the produce, Jason's stocked up on apples, so he doesn't need these. But I kind of just like to get some different colors, see what you want to go organic with apples, but see what the good prices are. Like right here we got the Red Delicious for $1.99 a pound. I'd probably go with that. Fuji apples are $1.98. Those are my favorite actually, these here. Pears are also great. Pears have so much fiber. A lot of people don't know that, but one pear has more fiber than a loaf, or not a loaf, a slice of bread. So a lot of people think bread, has all this fiber, but pears actually have more. So a couple pears are great. Grab some apples. The pears, you kind of want to probably eat those earlier than the week than the apples, because they can get these bad spots and they don't last as long. But yeah, these are great options to take with you to school or to have with your breakfast. Bananas, little high in sugar, so you don't want to go crazy and eat like 5 a day. But a great option. We've but some good potassium, obviously. Avocados are great too for potassium. A lot of people don't know that, but there's more potassium in an avocado than a banana. But regardless, bananas are not bad. They're very good. So we're gonna get Jason a few bananas. They're great in smoothies if you're making like a high protein, high calorie smoothie. You kind of want to check them out and make sure they're not too close to the end of the road. These two look pretty good. We'll grab these. Sweet onions. They're gonna be great for. Onions have a lot of fiber. They're really good for your gut. And it's kind of funny. I've got one of my mom's best friends. So her mom. Everyone always talked about how. Let's get 2 big onions. Everyone always talked about how young she looked. She lived to be like, she lived in well under her 90s, but she looked so young. And everyone asked her, she ate a raw onion every day. And my theory, back then I thought it was crazy when I was a kid. But knowing what I know now, I think it was really good for her, the bacteria in her gut, and I think it really helped her stay healthy for a long time. So onions are awesome. If you don't like them, get over it. They're good for you. So I think that's all I think we're good for the produce. I don't think we missed anything. So yeah, we're all set. So those are just some ideas. It's not definitely limited to that. keep, you know, more produce and fruit is better. More vegetables and fruit is better, so don't limit yourself to just these. So yeah, we're moving on. All right, now we're over here in the bulk section, and this is the section I should probably shop in more myself. There's great deals, and they've got some really good food over here. So starting out, we're gonna get some steel cut oats. Now, I'll show you some tricks later on to make this taste really good. It kind of doesn't taste great by itself, but we'll get, it's a pretty good price, so we're gonna go a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Let's see where we're at here. Weigh that thing out. It's about a pound. That should be good. What he'll do is just have this as a little side.
Because I was worried that she was going to take it wrong.
I'll have this as a side, the steel cut oats with his eggs for breakfast every day, bacon and eggs. You gotta remember to get the cooking instructions though before we leave. So I'm just gonna leave that there because you always gotta write the number on here. They don't like it very much when you get up to check out and you don't have the number. So, all right, moving on down, we got some good pumpkin seeds. We're gonna get them some pumpkin seeds. Get some raw ones here. Pumpkin seeds are great. They taste really good, and they're a great snack, and they're really high in zinc, which we don't get a lot of in our diet from other foods. So having these in the evening is a really good idea. Get them a little bit here. Let's see. Where we're at. We don't want to go crazy. That's perfect. A half pound. So I'll leave these right here. So remember to write the number. Back. Okay, moving on, we've got, looking at the nuts. When you're looking at nuts, you always want to go with something that is just nuts as the ingredient. Salt's fine. So right here we got pistachios. If you look down here, ingredients, dry roasted pistachios. So that's good. Here, organic raw walnuts, only ingredient. Now when you get here, these are my favorite nuts, macadamia nuts. If you look here, we got macadamia nuts, peanut oil. So we don't want the oils in. So here we got peanut oil, safflower oil, canola oil. Again, bad news. We don't want those. Those are inflammatory, and we just don't need them. They're in there to make it taste good, and we just need nuts. We don't need all the other stuff. So we've got, what was the mix at? Here we go. This is gonna be good. This is a little bit of everything. Save us some time. The Just Nuts trail mix. Nothing, no funny stuff in there. Just nuts. We're gonna get them. It's $15.99 a pound, so we don't want to go too crazy, but. Got a lot there. Let's weigh this thing out. This is like a whole lot. I'll take some. I'll split it with you. I'll take some too. Okay. So we'll leave these here. And then coming over to this side, we're gonna get some rice over here too. Grab me the bag here. And here we go. We got looked at all these. All the organic rices are going to be pretty good. I like to mix it up. So here we've got a wild rice blend. So this is awesome. It's got long grain brown rice. It's got sweet brown rice, wild rice, everything, and it's organic. And rice, you want to go organic. We're going to get them a little bit here. So we're right here.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So there's that. Now here's another great thing to get: pink Himalayan sea salt. This stuff is awesome. I have some. I have a pinch every morning when I wake up. I take a pinch and drink a big glass of water. But it's great to put on your food versus regular salt. Now it doesn't have iodine, so you want to make sure you're getting some iodine somehow. But it's great. It has so many more minerals. 64 if I remember correctly. A lot of minerals we may be missing. It'll keep us hydrated, keep us feeling good. So, do you have some pink salt? Okay, you got that, so we're good. All right, I think that's all we need here. All right, so we're moving on. All right, so coconut oil is excellent. We always want to cook with good oils. We got olive oil here. Olive oil is great, but that's going to be better for your salads, not for cooking. It's got a very low smoke point, so it's very unstable. And when we put it in a pan that sizzles, then it's not good for you when it's unstable like that. Coconut oil has a very high smoke point, so you can cook with this at high temperatures and you really can't mess it up. So we'll grab some coconut oil here. Have this will last a long time. Do you have any coconut oil? Okay, perfect. We want to go with organic, unrefined. I think that's what we got here. Yeah, that's good. All right, so moving on. So Jay's for his sandwiches, he's gonna have chicken, cheese sandwiches every day. Mustard, he likes mustard, so spicy brown mustard, that's awesome. Yellow mustard, awesome. This is fine too. Just, you know, mustard's kind of hard to mess up. But all these mustards, I really like to get fancy with it, but you don't have to. If you like mustard, it's great on your sandwich with the, you know, the cheese and the chicken. Pretty tasty. We usually get this in my house, this kind. I don't know why, my kids like it. It's just what we've always got. You want to stay away from the ketchup. If you look at this, ketchup's always going to have added sugar or something. So that's a sugar, tapioca syrup. That's like a fancy word for, and it even has real sugar too. So ketchup, probably not a good idea. Mayo, if it's the good stuff, it's fine. This stuff is really good. If you ever see this is avocado oil mayonnaise. Really good, healthy fat. A little more expensive, but it's good. They have Chipotle lime too. But for the most part, I just stay away from the mayonnaise. It's got a lot of weird stuff in it usually. So unless it's all natural stuff, or you make it yourself, which I don't personally want to take the time to do. So as far as condiments, mustard's the safe bet. You could go with sriracha sauce is great if you like that. If you like it spicy, I like that. Yeah, so hot sauce and mustard really the go-tos. If you look up here, we got all the hot sauce. Red Hot's awesome. Frank's Red Hot.
I like sriracha on my eggs.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is great with eggs. So look, we got nothing weird. We got cayenne peppers, distilled vinegar, water, salt, garlic powder. Nothing weird in there. So I'm a big fan of Frank's Red Hot. I haven't tried the garlic chili yet. That's probably got a bunch of sugar in it, but back here we got. So we do have sugar in this now. That's surprising. I didn't know they had that. That's disappointing. Let's see if that's in all of them though. I bet it's not in this. Yeah, we got sugar, organic cane sugar. That's a bummer. I don't think it's always had sugar. It must be a new thing. So yeah, probably better off sticking to Frank's. Or any of this stuff's good. I haven't had that, but I'm sure that's fine.
Tapatio is delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know about the ingredient side of it. But
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure. Hot sauce, you usually have good ingredients. It's kind of hard to mess it up. So yeah, we got water, red pepper, salt, spices, garlic, acetic acid, that's fine. Xanthan gum and sodium benzoate, probably not. I wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna make or break you. I'd go with the Frank's. All right, so moving on, we got some condiments. We got the spaghetti squash in the produce section. So we're gonna grab some pasta sauce. We'll get two, so we can do 2 meals. This is the organic Italian herb kind. But when you go to the pasta sauce, this is a great price too, $2.99, and it's organic, that's awesome. But again, remember tomatoes, we wanna go organic with tomatoes, so obviously we wanna go organic with our pasta sauce. But I always wanna look at the back and double check. We wanna see if there's added sugar. The labels on foods starting next year, 2018, it'll have to say added sugar, but right now it doesn't. Some of them you'll see, they have really big letters, but right now they don't have to do that. But if you look back here, we've got no sugar, so we just got tomato puree, diced tomatoes, organic onions, organic spices, sea salt, organic extra virgin olive oil, citric acid, organic garlic. So this is a really good product, and it's a good price. So we're gonna grab him 2 of these. This will go with his ground beef, and then we'll put it over the spaghetti squash too. So now we're in the dairy section. There's some really good choices here, and some really good food that tastes really good too. So this stuff here, it's a pretty good option. This is a kefir, or I don't know how you say it, but kefir. This is really good. We've got a lot of probiotics in here. It's awesome, but it's also really high in sugar. I'm not a fan of that, so I wouldn't go with this product. We got plain here. Plain, see, look at that. Way less sugar, 17 grams versus 38. So you always want to pay attention to that. This is a pretty good product here. This would be great, like mixed up in shakes or smoothies. But if you follow over here, we're gonna go with in the yogurt, the Greek yogurt. You always want to go with Greek yogurt because it's gonna be lower in sugar and it's gonna be way higher in protein. So I like this brand, it's pretty good. As far as like texture and flavor goes, this is probably my favorite. I prefer organic personally, but they don't have, at Fresh Thyme, they don't have the organic brand I like. It's actually this brand here. This Wallaby Organic, but it comes in a big tub like this. And it's from grass-fed cows, which is really good. This kind is you never want to go with a non-fat yogurt. Non-fat is not a good idea in my mind. They're pulling stuff out that should be in there. But here we go. We got ingredients: grade A milk, cream, pectin. That's it. So yeah, like I said, this is a pretty good price too. $4. This would be great to have as a snack at night with frozen berries, which we're gonna grab some. But it's also good to throw in smoothies with protein shake. As you see, per serving, we got 9 grams of protein. So this is packs a pretty good punch. So we'll grab one of these. And moving on down here, we got all the tofu section, the fake meat. Not into that. But if you're a vegetarian for whatever reason, if that's a part of your belief system, good for you. For health reasons, don't really agree with that. But, that's a different story, different video. So over here to the butter. This is the good stuff here. Kerrygold is awesome. This kind here is pretty good too. Organic Valley. I usually go with whichever one of those two is on sale. Looks like neither of them are, unfortunately. But, the Fresh Time butter is on sale, but they're out. So we'll grab. Do you have some of this?
Kerrygold itself or butter in general?
Just butter.
Yeah.
What kind do you have?
I think it might just be the Kroger brand.
Okay, we'll get you one of these. Then.
Okay.
So this is really good because if it's from grass-fed cows, it's a really good thing. They're gonna have higher like an omega-3 and CLA content, which is something really good that we can get because the cows turn the grass into the good stuff for us. So we'll grab one of these. It's gonna be good to cook your vegetables and your eggs in. I kind of mix it up. I'll cook my eggs one day in butter, one day in coconut oil. So I'm getting different healthy fats. Sometimes I'll do both. I'll put a little bit of each in the same skillet. So got this here. All right, we're kind of wrapping up. Let's move over here. It all depends on what your goals are, and we'll do the same thing when we talk about bread. If your goal is to lose some body fat, if you've got a little extra stored body fat, we want to cut milk. We want to limit carbohydrates. So we want to stick to more meat, veggies, probably even minimize fruit. And now if we're trying to pack on muscle and we really want to gain weight, then milk's a great way to do that. So I always want to go with the whole milk. Again, we don't want the good stuff pulled out. I think it's there for a reason. So let's see.
That's what I get.
Oh, the Fairlife?
Mm-hmm. It's like half as much sugar, twice as much protein, or something like that.
Awesome. That looks pretty good. I really like the Organic Valley whole milk, but I don't think they have the grass milk. I like the grass milk because it has it looks like they're sold out of the whole milk. So we'll go with that. Do you have some or you need some?
I've got some.
You got some? So he's good on milk. I'll go ahead and show you this. As you can see, they're out. I really like this brand, but I wouldn't get the 2%, the reduced fat. I would get the whole fat vitamin D milk. It's like this, but it's red. These cows, again, 100% grass fed. The cows aren't fed grains. It's a really good thing. Mm-hmm. And if you see, when you open this up, there's like cream on the top. It's awesome. So there's another one here, but yeah, there's some of that. That's good. That means people are getting the good stuff. I like that. So you got some at home, we're good. Mm-hmm. So we found the Ezekiel bread. We had to look up for this a little bit. For athletes that are looking to gain muscle, and Ezekiel bread is a great option. It's sprouted grains. It's not made from, it's very minimally processed and pretty high quality stuff. Certified organic grains. It comes frozen because it's, like I said, it's not highly processed like the other stuff, so it'll last a little longer, or it won't last as long, sorry. So they have to freeze it, but a very good product here. Personally, I don't eat bread. I eat a low carb ketogenic diet, and I don't do gluten. But if you're an athlete, you probably need some, if you're trying to gain muscle, you probably need some carbs, and this is a good way to get it. So you kind of pick what you like. I think flax is great. This one. Sesame's probably good, but yeah, any of these you're gonna be pretty well off with. I'd probably stay away from cinnamon raisin. We don't need the extra sugar, but we're not trying to have dessert. We're trying to have healthy, hearty lunch. So yeah, there's Ezekiel. Grab some organic blueberries. So these are great at night for athletes. They really help, have a very potent anti-inflammatory effect. Great for your brain too. Blueberries are, and they're really good with the Greek yogurt. So we're gonna taste a couple of these here. These are, you always want to find the sale. These are on sale for 20% off, all frozen food. So we're getting one of these, and we're grabbing my mixed berry too. A little bit of everything. also, these organic. You want to go organic with the dark sweet cherry, same with the berries. But these are very good for athletes at night. That's a little bit of everything. And then also, these organic. You want to go organic with the dark sweet cherry, same with the berries. But these are very good for athletes at night. Cherries and berries are the way to go. Dark, very dark purple or even black fruits are a really good thing at night. Okay. Here we go. That's not the one I wanted. Yeah, this is good. So the Santa Cruz brand, you can see the oils floating around. That's a good thing. That means it's in its natural state. It's made without hydrogenated oils. So pretty much, if you look at all the mainstream brands, the Jif, what's the other one? It's like Jif, Skippy, Peter Pan. All those are going to have inflammatory oils, hydrogenated oils, stuff that's not real food that we've made in a lab somewhere and figured out it can make food cheaper. So we don't want that. And we also don't want added sugar. So this is just organic roasted peanuts. That's it. And it's got some salt. Let's see what's in it though. Yeah, this is good stuff. We got dry roasted peanuts and salt. So this is only $4. So this is a good buy here. They got the smaller one. Next. You know, I don't do a lot of carbs myself. Keep it pretty low carb. But my kids love these. These Boulder chips are pretty good. They're cooked in 100% coconut oil. And like I said, coconut oil is going to be a really healthy oil. It doesn't have all the inflammatory effects, and they don't get unstable like some of these other oils. Avocado oil is another very good oil. So these are pretty good too. I like these, but look at the ingredients. Potatoes, coconut oil, sea salt. If you do the Whole30, these are technically Whole30 compliant. Although, I mean, they taste really good, but you'll notice like when you go to eat like a bag of Pringles or something, you just don't want to stop. You're just like, man, these are awesome. I'm just going to keep going. And they're designed to be that way, right? The more you eat, the more money that the companies make. These aren't like that. You'll kind of know, you don't want to eat the whole bag. I mean, your brain kind of has, because it's only real ingredients, your brain kind of says stop. It gets the red light. So those are a great option if you want to pack those in your lunch. If you need some chips, something crunchy, that's a good one. These avocado oil ones are great too. And they got some new flavors that I haven't tried yet. But I know the regular sea salt ones are great. So that's a good snack option if you need a snack. All right, so we're here in the canned meat section. Tuna is going to be a great option, especially it's very convenient. If you don't have a can opener, this one's probably not where you want to go. But I like the skipjack tuna. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Wild Planet's a really good brand. I really like this. Kind of a little more expensive, but it's sustainably sourced because our oceans are being overfished right now, and they make sure that they're not overfishing, if you will. So here's a good option. The other kind. What's the big brand? It's like Starfish.
They got the mascot with the glasses.
Yeah, they got the mascot with the guy. So that's a good option too. These patches are really convenient if you just want to take them to lunch. If you're really about that life, like I am, these are great. Wild sardines. I have a bunch of these in my cabinet. These are the best. We're going to be in extra virgin olive oil. This is probably my favorite flavor, the lemon kind. You kind of got to be about it though. It's not. If you didn't eat them growing up as a kid, some people like them. I didn't. So I'll be honest, they're not delicious, but I know they're good for me, so I eat them. Oysters, very good for you. These actually taste pretty good. They seem kind of weird at first. The canned oysters are really good. I'm gonna pack these myself. All right, so yeah, canned meat, good option for lunch.